Welcome to Midlife Identity. Monica here. Previous episode, I spoke about well being in midlife. What is existential well being? I shall dive deeper into this same concept and give you more clarity on what exactly is well being. So, now let me tell you, it is when we talk about well being, it is an amalgamation of your behavioral attitudes, your values that we project to the world. Well being, in true sense, is projection of your authentic self with a little bit of a balance of your four wheels. What are your four wheels? Yes, any guesses? Your four wheels are your physical, social, personal, and spiritual self that leads you to live a life of abundance, happiness, and a life of purpose. Are you projecting your well being or your authentic self? Or is it something that you're covering it up and not showing your real self to the world? What is your well being? Think about it. Now, as I said, we will dive deeper and more clarity I shall give you on well being. And yes, the four wheels. Please excuse, I'm actually with a bad throat and cough. So please excuse me. This is just going to momentarily, it just keeps coming up. So, yes, the well being, again, I came across a research and I came across another approach by Carol Reif. And she said that well being is a concept of psychological well being, which is self acceptance, positive relations, purpose in life, your personal growth. All of this is also well being. Now, for well being, for each and every one of us, is going to be very different. It is not going to be the same. Now, you would wonder, we humans, why is well being different for all of us? Well being means what you feel comfortable about, what you feel good about, how happy you feel, how sad you feel, how you cope with your day to day life, how do you navigate life every day, what is your mental state, what is your emotional state. All this is well being. Some of us are drawn more towards the emotional state, some of us are more drawn to the mental state. Some of us are drawn more towards the physical state, some of us more towards the spiritual state. Each one of us is drawn differently. Some of us are drawn into our personal state. What is your personal state? Maybe your own talents, your, what you're good at, or your own personal behaviors. It depends. So, where we concentrate and lean a little more. I shall just exaggerate a little, elaborate a little more on this. Is leaning towards which self? Meaning, now for me, I'm giving you an example. It's an example for me, no, I mean to say an example. It's an example. Sorry again. Some of us are more drawn towards the social state. Now, what is social state? Social is where we are very aware of the society, very aware of your status, very aware of what people in society think about you or about anything in general. So, if I'm going for a party, the outfit that I wear is not about what I am wearing, it is more about what everybody else would be wearing or what everybody else would think. Of course, all of us do think that, okay, we shouldn't stand out or, be out of place or how it is. It should be, we want to look a part of the group. We don't want to stand away from a group. So we think of, so am I dressing up for myself? Am I dressing up for other people? What am I doing? So the social is that the importance is on the outside world. What would they think or judge me or accept me how I am? Just a generalized statement. Now, for some people, the physical well-being is very important. What is physical? Physical is not only your own body, but even your excuse me. It is even about physical would also be about your material gains, probably your home, your cars, the money you have, and what you are surrounded with. What are your material gains you're surrounded with? So each one of us lean a little more towards a particular side. Some of us would be more towards spirituality or towards religion. It depends, each is different. So we find our well being in a thing that we lean more towards. Well being in that area because I feel happy, I feel comforted, I feel needed, I feel accepted, feel wanted. That gives me all, it satisfies a lot of my emotional thoughts or my emotional feelings or my mental thoughts. So you tend to lean. Now, too much of leaning on any one of these aspects can also get a little unhealthy. Don't you agree? So when I'm on a diet, or if I want to lose weight and I'm eating chips, it's unhealthy for me. Anything I do in extreme, too much of workout, too much of food, too much of sleep, too much of anything is unhealthy. So sorry, leaning towards any one of these a bit too much in a little extreme is unhealthy. So is that well-being? So but at that point of time, that person feels, yes, I'm in my most best well-being state, because it's all its emotions and everything is being met. Living life leaning in extremes somewhere harms you in a way wherein it plays onto your emotional state or your mental state. You may not realize it, but you're always yearning to balance something or find something. Think about yourself. Pause, give yourself a thought. Towards which side are you leaning? Why are you leaning towards that particular emotion or that particular feeling or that particular state or that particular area in your life? Is it satisfying me emotionally? Or is it comforting me? Or is it satiating all my emotional needs? What is happening? Is that really well being? Or I am creating that well being for myself? See, I'll tell you, what I'm trying to put my point out here is well being can get very confusing and very simple at the same time. For some people, well being, just walking one path, that's the well being, done, over. I'm comfortable, I'm happy, I know what I want in life, this is what I'm looking at. If I'm on the social level, fine, I'm good. If I'm on the spiritual level, fine, I'm good. Perfect. Others are finding their way, and they're not 100% happy. Not that everybody's 100% happy, sorry about that. Nobody's ever 100% happy, because we are always searching for happiness. We are always searching for so many things in life. So we are always on, a search of some missing link. Something is missing, right? And we fulfill it with what? How do we fulfill this? What we are searching? We fulfill it through these various areas, leaning towards, these various areas in our life. That is what we find our emotional balance and satisfaction, and we feel, okay, now I'm fine. So, well being can be very, very different, very simple, or very confusing. We have to search what my well being is, what I believe is my well being. So, is it my personal self esteem? Is it my goodness and kindness? Is it freedom, knowledge, truth? What is well being to me? So you have to search for that answer, because our existential well being approach involves all the values, right? The well being that I'm speaking about, it involves a lot of values from all the different approaches, the social dimension, the physical, which I just spoke about, as well as the spiritual or your personal. It depends which area your well being is from. So it is values all amalgamated. It can't be one place. It has to be. So if you remember, I spoke about the four wheels, the four wheels of life. Yes, very important. You have your physical, you have your social, you have your personal, and you have your spiritual. These are the four pillars, the four wheels. Even one single wheel goes off the track, you just tend to go, willy wolly. You may not understand it right now, but as and when I shall be speaking in depth about well being, existential well being, giving you clarity on all the various dimensions, you will understand it much better. As simple, now when I talk about well being in midlife, why do I keep speaking about midlife? Because midlife is the time where we have come to a stage in our life whereby we feel we have done it all or we haven't done anything. Again, your mental state. So you get very emotional. I haven't done anything and I've come to midlife. I'm almost 60, 55, 60, 65. The finiteness of life may just hit you and you feel you've done nothing. Few of us would say, Itna kuch kar liya, we've done so much. Excuse me. We've done so much in life. I'm done. I'm tired. I'm done. I'm tired. I want to give up. Ho gaya. That's it. We're done. What's there more to look forward to life? And then you just start going towards the downtrend. And few of us, again, would be so enthused that I hardly have any time left with me. Come on, let me get going. I want to do this. I want to learn that. So midlife is a time which again messes up our mind a lot because we put a thought to it. Not that we thought this at 20, at 30, we thought bahut time hai. But midlife, when your armors, you're tired, you've done everything in your power, you feel your armors that you have built start crumbling around you slowly, slowly, slowly. And even if they don't crumble, you may held back, you may hold your armors around you and try to protect yourself. That also tires you. It's like, you're carrying a heavy weight. You just sit here and try to carry a 15-kilo weight in your hands. How does that feel? You feel bogged down or crumble down. Similarly, at 55, 60, if whatever weight of the life challenges, life's navigation, everything you have carried, it starts crumbling. You're tired. And even if it's not crumbling, you're still holding on to it. Also, your shoulders are hurting. You're tired. So when I talk about midlife, it is that time when we are tired, where we have seen so much in life that some of us have built up so many negative emotions, and some of us are just striving to move away with all that negative thinking and come to positive emotions. And some of us are waking up every morning creating a beautiful positive day. But you have to create. So midlife is the time when you think, oh my God, another day, another create. Enough. I have been waking up every single day and trying to create a day. I don't want to create anymore. Why? Because your shoulders cannot take that weight. So this is generally, typically what happens in midlife because you've had enough of your badges of life. Sorry. Maybe you've lost your very near and dear one, or you've gone through a broken relationship, or you're having angst of, raising your children, or expectations from family. So much, or family expects from you. There is so much happening. But that's happening in everybody's life. Your life, my life is not different. It's happening in everybody's life. But how we react and respond to it is the answer. So yes, go back to my previous episode where I have spoken about existential well-being is about your coping mechanisms. So how I respond, how I react to every of badger shapes me, makes me. That's when the midlife identity, where I have that few more years left, I want to make them my most golden years. That is my purpose of coming here, having this podcast for you all, so that our midlife is the most beautiful golden years of our life. Whatever's happened has happened. What's done is done. Let's take it on from here. That's when I speak about well being, your four pillars. Keep in mind 2 to 3 points which are very important. Your four pillars, identify them. The four pillars are the same for everyone: your physical, social, personal, spiritual. Which pillar, which area do you tend to lean towards more or in extreme? What is your emotional quotient? What is your emotional intelligence like? And how do you feel? Then only you will know what your well being is all about. So, what is well being to you is something that you have to ask yourself. Think about it, ponder over it. Do message me and let me know what is your well being or what is well being for you. Have a beautiful day, and thank you so much for tuning in to Midlife Identity. Thank you for signing in and tuning in to today's podcast. Stay tuned, and we shall forever be diving deeper into the various prolonged battles, struggles, pressures, thoughts of finiteness, understanding what midlife is all about, and wanting to create our own midlife identity. I shall end with the beautiful saying by Victor Hugo: when grace is joined with wrinkles, it is adorable.